Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Unified, and if you are new here, I create crochet content tutorials. So today I will be showing you how to make this top, this men's shirt. It's actually a unisex shirt. You can both male and female can wear it. It's very easy and beginner friendly. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. So this is the back of our shirt, and we started with the chest where right before we fixed our collar that side, and then we worked on the width and then gradually worked on the length. And for the arms, we didn't go the traditional way of going all the way around. We just started with a few number of rows and then gradually continued with the length of our arms. So this is how the back looks like, and then I showed you how the front looks like earlier. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So in the video, my workspace is not that big, so please pardon with me guys, and I promise this video is very easy and beginner friendly. Feel free to leave any questions you have in the comment section down below, and share this video guys. For today's project, I'll be using two different types of yarn colors. This is an acrylic yarn and it's a medium weight yarn, so I won't be doubling my yarn. And you'll be needing a 3.5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, some stitch markers, and a tape measure. Let's get right into the video. So to start, I'm going to make a slip knot and chain up 12. After you have your 12 chains, yarn over and skip 2 chains. So 1, 2, and into the third chain, you're going there with a double crochet. So the skipping 2 counts as a double crochet. So we have 2 double crochets. Add a last double crochet to it, making it 3 double crochets into the same space. Chain up 1, skip 2 stitches, and into the third stitch, make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and you make 3 double crochets. After chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the very same space, you're going to be making 3 double crochets. Chain up 1, skip 2, and into the third stitch, you make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Chain up 3 again into the very same space, make 3 double crochets. So after you chain up 1 and realize the last 3 stitches, you're going to go into the last space with a double crochet, and you add 2 more double crochets. So this is what we have so far. This is the back panel we are working on. So for the next row, you chain up 2. So you chain up 3, turn your work, and into this chain 1 space, you're going to go in there with 3 double crochets. Chain up 1, and where we chained up 3 is our corner. So every time you get to this corner, you're going to make 3 double crochet in there, chain up 3, and make 3 double crochets in there. So I'm down in my first 3 double crochets in the corner, chain up 3, go into that very same space with 3 double crochets, chain up 1 into the space go in there with 3 double crochets, chain up 1, and into the corner here we go into 3 double crochets, chain up 3, and into the very same space you go in there with 3 double crochets, chain up 1, into this chain 1 space, go in there with 3 double crochets. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can use any colors of your choice, or you can decide to use one color. I am going ahead to use 2 different colors, so feel free to make yours as creative as you want. So into the last space, into the chain 3 space, I'm going to go in there with 3 with a double crochet, and then this is what we have so far. So for row 3, chain up 3, and into this chain 1 space you go in there with 2 double crochets, because our chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Chain up 1, go in there with 3 double crochets, and now we are in our corner, so 3 double crochets, chain up 3, and you make another 3 double crochets into that same space, chain 1, make 3 double crochets, in our next corner you're going to repeat what you do for the corners, 3 double crochets, chain up 3, into that very same space, put in 3 double crochets, alright, chain up 1, go into the chain 1 space with a double crochet, chain up 1, and then I'm sure you've gotten the pattern by now. So that marks the end of row 3. So we are just going to be alternating between row 2 and 3 till we have our desired length. So I'm going to be doing 5 rows of each color. So I'm going to be adding 2 more rows to this since I have 3 rows, and I'll show you how to join your colors just in case you are using more than one colors for your project. So I'll meet you when I'm at the end of row 5 to show you how to join your new color. Just be alternating between row 2 and 3. So I'm back and I'm at the end of row 5. So I'm going to be alternating with my other color, so you don't complete your last double crochet stitch and then you pull through your second color, chain up 3, and I'm going to weave this yarn in. So you're going to be making 3 double crochets. I have a way of weaving the yarns in, so I have to weave the white one in and then wait and weave the wine one in as I go ahead. So I'll just show you that later. So go ahead and then just repeat what you were doing for the other color, for the color A. Go ahead and do that. Now I'll finish up this row and then show you how you can weave in your color. So for the white, you can just weave that in because it blends with the down one, but for the white it will look a little disrupted. So you can cut off your yarn after you join, but I already have my back panel down to a certain point at the back here, so I'm just doing this for the sake of the video. That's why I'm not cutting off my yarn. So feel free to cut off your yarn after you're comfortable weaving that in, or if you want, don't weave it in, cut a long tail and then use your darning needle to weave in the ends when you're done, but that will be a lot of work, so this saves up time. So go ahead and complete that, and I'll meet you here to show you how I weave in. So I'm back and I'm at the end of this row to show you how I weave in my ends. So chain up one, and then I'm going to carry this yarn on top so that I weave that in as I'm crocheting on my last row. So I chain up three, turn my work, and this has been carried up, so I'm going to continue carrying it up and weave it in till I'm done with my 5 rows. So if you're using the same color, you can always weave in like this, which is easier. So go ahead and then do that. Just weave the color in. So go ahead and do that for about 30 rows. I'll be doing mine for about 30 rows and I'll show you the measurements and we continue. I'll meet you when you have your desired shoulder to shoulder length. It has to be, the measurement has to be from one end of the shoulder to the other end of the shoulder. That's what we are trying to achieve. So I'm back and I have 30 rows in total. So I alternated between the two colors after each 5 rows, number of rows. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6, 30 rows in total. So we are going to be doing something different. After you have your width, what we're trying to do is to achieve the width of the top. So we are going to be working on the length. So we are going to be working from one end of the chain 3 space to the other end of the chain 3 space, which is the same as our corners. So my top measures, this is from one end to the other end, about 24 inches, and it stretches more, so keep that in mind when you're making your top. So after you're done, you chain one and cut off your yarn. And because I'm done with my 5 rows of this color, I am going to be joining with my color A, and I join however way I like, guys, so you can also join however way you're comfortable with. So I'm going to join and chain up 3, turn my work, and into that very same space, which is a chain 3 space, you're going to go in there with 2 double crochets because our chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So you're basically doing the same thing. So after you're done, I'll weave this in later. After you're done, you chain up 1, and then you work all the way down. So go ahead and work all the way to the end of this row, and I'll show you how to end the row one last time, even if it's the same thing we've been doing. So I'm back and I'm at the end of the other corner of the top, and you're going to go in there with 3 double crochets, chain up 3, turn your work, and you are basically going to be repeating what we've been doing. So go ahead and go in here with 3 double crochets and you chain up 1. So I'll be doing this to build upon my length. So go ahead and do that and build upon your length, and I'll let you know how many rows I did in total. So instead of working in a box form, we are just working from one end to the other end of the top. So I'll let you know how many rows I did, and I'll keep on alternating the colors the same way I've been doing it from the beginning. So I'm back and this is what I have. I'm done with my back panel, and because it will be hard for me to show you at my workspace, I decided to move the top over here so that you could see. So this is the part we're working on. I did a total of 30 rows down, or counting by the colors. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows of colors. So now we're going to be working on the front panel. So I'll show you what to do. So I'm back at my workspace, and as I said, it will be hard for you to see. So we are going to be working like this. So for the back panel, we are going to be working on the length whilst working on the width. So you're going to chain a chain long enough to fit the first box. You see the first box was our square, was in the square form. So you're going to make a chain long enough to reach this first color where we started making the straight lines, which is about 30 rows or 8 colors in total. I hope I'm not confusing anyone. So you're going to chain a chain long enough to fit here, and then we'll start working on the design at the side. So you're going to chain 54, and then make sure you chain very loosely. If you don't chain very loosely, with the way we are going to do it, you have to be stretching your yarn all the time. So chain loosely, but okay, loosely but not very loosely, but loose enough. So 1, 2, 3. See how loose I'm making it? 4, 5, 6, 7. So go ahead and chain 54 chains, and I'll meet you at the end of 54 chains. And we are starting with our first color. I'm back and I have my 54 chains, and then it ends exactly where I wanted it to end. So after you're done with your 54 chains, you're going to, this is a multiple of 3 by the way, going to yarn over, and into the third chain you're going to go in there with a double crochet, just like the way we began our stitches, and go in there with a second double crochet, chain up 1, skip 2, and in the third chain make 3 double crochets. Chain up 1 again, and skip 2, in the third chain make 3 double crochets. So go ahead and repeat that to get to the end of this project, of this row, and I'll show you what to do when you get to the end of this row. It's the same as what we're doing for the back panel. Guys, I'm back, and then I made a mistake by saying I did a total of 30 rows. I did a total of 40 rows because it's in rows of 5 different colors. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 before we have our upper space here where we know how many we did, because I went to where you guys earlier. So that's like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes, so that was by the way, and I am done going down this row, and see how this folds. We need, for this work, for the front panel, we need our work to be straight, so you straighten it up, and I'm left with my last 3 stitches. I'm going to go in there with my usual 3 double crochets. So after you're done with your usual 3 double crochets, this is where you're going to start making our pattern. So for those who are not changing their colors, you don't have a problem with alternating your colors. So you just make sure that you're working with the length and the width, with the width along the way, and you'll be doing 30 rows in total because you'll be going this way. Yeah, and then it will be left with your last 2 colors at the end here, and I'll show you what to do. Yeah, so for those who will be alternating between their colors, be alternating in a row of 5. Chain up 3, and immediately we are going to go in here with 3 double crochets, chain up 3, and into the very same space you're going to go in there with 3 double crochets again. That's it. Chain up 1 and continue your work on a normal pace. So the only difference is the side. So go ahead and then get to the end of this row. So because you are working with the length as long and then the width as well, that's why I needed you to make your work loose enough so that the edges are straight. So look at this. We'll be working with the rows. So as we are counting the rows, this will, and I'll show you. Maybe I demonstrate it because it's not. I don't know how to explain this well for you to understand. So I'm going to do a total of 5 rows for you to see that your first color ends exactly where this row ends, and then you alternate, and with your second color will, when you are done with 5 rows, will end exactly at the end of this row, meaning you are working on the length and working with the width. So this piece is also a row of 5, so you're working in rows of 5 all the time. So go ahead and finish it to the end of this row. Now meet at the end of this row to show you what to do one last time, even though it's the same thing we've been doing. So I'm back and I'm at the end of this row, and don't worry if your work is crumpling, it will straighten out at the end of whilst you're working. That's why I said you should crochet loosely. If it was tight, it wouldn't be easy to straighten it up. So you chain up 3 at the end of your row. Sorry, turn your work, and you basically continue it just like the way we were doing it for the back panel. Nothing changes. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the end of this row and demonstrate since this side is a little bit new. So I'm back and I'm at the end of this row, and this is my third row already. So you chain up 1, and when you get to the increasing space, you just repeat the same thing. Make 3 double crochets into that same space, chain up 3, make another 3 double crochet into that same space. Chain 1, and then you end your row. Chain up 3 and you repeat, make 3 double crochets, chain up 1. When you get to your increasing space, you just when you get to your chain 3 space, you just basically repeat the same thing. So this is what is going to be increasing our width and length at the same time. So just look at how this is turning out. So I'm on my 4th row, and it's exactly on the 4th row of this color. I'm counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just the white color. So I'm on my 4th row, and exactly on the 4th row. So by the 5th row, it would have completely covered this up. Then I'll alternate my colors, and I'll do this for a total of 30 rows, and I'll show you what to do. So you change your color just the same way as you change your colors. So I'll show you at the end of my 5th row how this work looks, and I'll leave it to complete your 30 rows. So I am done with my 5 rows, and then this is exactly what I wanted to achieve. So go ahead and be alternating your colors. So you have 30 rows because we have 30 rows here, so we are filling in the spaces for the first half of the panel. So I'm working in 2 different panels for the front panel. So when you are done alternating between your colors, and if you are not alternating between your colors, go ahead and make 30 rows, and I'll meet at the end of 30 rows to show you what to do with the last 2 rows over here, because we have 40 rows at the end over here. So I am done with my 30 rows. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then I ended exactly on the 30th row over here. So we are going to be doing something different. So we are going to be working with our white color for just 2 rows, 2 more rows over here, and then we'll do something for the end. So let's go ahead to my workspace, and I'll show you how to do that. So this is the work. So I ended up at the shoulder side, and I'm going to I already cut off my yarn for the other colors. I'm going to attach my second color, and you chain up 3 and your work. And as usual, you're going to be weaving the colors in however way you feel comfortable with. So I'm going to make 2 double crochets, and I'll weave in the white one when I come back to the row. So just weave in however we are comfortable with. So go ahead and repeat this. We're going to be continuing the same way we've been doing this for just 2 rows. So when I get to the end over here, I'm going to chain up 3, go into the same space and then complete it. So I'll show you what I mean. So go ahead and I'll meet you at the end of this row. But it's the same thing I am doing for just 2 more times, not 5 more times. So I've gotten to my chain 3 space, chain up 1, go into your chain 3 space with your 3 double crochets, chain up 3, and into that same space you go in there with your 3 double crochets, and then you complete the row. And after you complete the row, you repeat this for another row, making it 2 rows in total. You're going to be working for just 2 rows with this color. So I'm back and I'm done with my 2 rows, and we are done with the front panel for the width. And I already went ahead to chain 1 and cut off my yarn because I ended at the shoulder side, and we need to continue with the length. So you grab your yarn and chain up 3, turn your work, go in there with 2 double crochets. I don't like the way my work looks when I join it, so I'm going to attach the hook in here and then join. Just join any way you'd like. So after, I'm going to insert 2 double crochets in here, making it 3 double crochets, chain up 1, and you repeat. So we are going to be making 5 rows because our 2 rows still counts. So I'm going to be ending over here as my chain 3 space. So go ahead and then double crochet till you get to the chain 3 space, and I'll show you what to do. So I'm here at the chain 3 space, and I already went ahead to chain up 1. So you complete your row. Normally you just go in there with 3 double crochets and chain 3 and turn your work, and we won't go back into that same space, and just continue all the way down. So we have, this should be our 3rd row, so I'll be doing 5 rows in total. So you just end here and then you turn your work. So I'll meet you at the end of 5 rows, and we'll alternate our color and do 5 more rows for that one, and we'll be done with our front panel. So I have 5 rows in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I went ahead to cut off my yarn and chain up my chain 3, just like how we've been doing, and then I'm going to be making 5 more rows in total in this color, and then make 5 more rows with our 2nd color. And if you're not changing colors, you always don't have to worry about the size, so just go ahead and make 5 more rows. I mean, when you're done with your 5 rows. So I'm done with the front panel, and this is how it turned out. So this is how it looks like. So go ahead and repeat the video and do a 2nd panel for the front panel, and we'll come back to join the hands and the shoulders. So I have my front panels ready and my back panel, and I went ahead to join it. So I'm going to show you how to join it. I joined the side with a single crochet with my red color. You can join with any color you want, since the colors alternate at the shoulder side. And for this side, I decided to sew in with my needle. So I joined here with the red color, here with the white color, so that it corresponds. And this is how it looks like. And for the shoulder part, this is what it looks like. So you can join however way you feel comfortable joining with. I measured 9 inches for the armhole, and I joined with a stitch marker, and I did the same thing for the side. So I'm going to demonstrate how to join in, and then we'll go ahead to do our collar. And for the collar side, sorry, you're going to join till this part. So we are going to count the colors: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So on the 10th stitch, mark you mark in the 11th, sorry, and you do the same thing for this side, and then you join. So this is space will be for our collar. The space we left for the collar is also 9 inches. I just measured, and that's the measurement for the next whole space. So I'm at one end of the top, and I'm going to just show you how to join. You can join with a single crochet or a darning needle like I did. So just join however way you're comfortable with, and you insert your needle through. I really don't have any specific way I join my projects. I just join it as long as it looks good to me. That's fine. So go ahead and then do that, and I'll be weaving these along as long as with this. So this end will be a little bulky because I have a lot of yarn to weave in, but it makes my work easier. So take your time and don't confuse yourselves. So you insert the needle through the chain 3 space or through any chain or through the crochet, not the actual space, and just pull your yarn through. I'm going to make sure these are flat down, pull tight to secure it. So after you're done, you just repeat the same thing and make sure you pull tightly. So I'll be doing this till I'm at the end of this color, then I'll change to my white color. So I'll do this to the end of the side, and I'll show you how to change the color, and we'll continue till we get to this side. And for this side, I'll just be using my white yarn since I'll already be joining with the white yarn over here, since it's more convenient for me. So like I said, you join however way you want. And for this side, like I mentioned, I joined with a single crochet, but I used a 2mm crochet hook. So I'll show you how I started the work, and then you can obviously end it with a single crochet, and then you cut off your yarn. So I'll meet you at the end of this place. So you can add your needle by wrapping it around twice, pulling through, and then will be secure enough. And then you cut off your yarn and weave through. I don't know why I put my scissors, so I'll just cut off my yarn and weave this. And I can cut off these too since I already weaved them in. So you're going to pull the needle out and get your other color. So after you attach it, you just, sorry guys, I had to go for my scissors to show you what I mean. So I'm going to cut off these two because I already weaved in, and I'll leave a small allowance, and then put this color somewhere, and so that I'll weave this in along with my white yarn. You can decide to weave it in the usual way we weave in, or do it this way. This way is also secure, so that's fine. So this is my tail that I'll weave in. So this is pretty easy, like you're sewing. Go ahead and do that and alternate between the colors if you did change your colors. If you didn't change your colors, you can just join it with the same color you have. You can end all your sewing row the same way I showed you how to end it. So I'll meet you when I'm here for the arm, almost at the armhole space. I'm almost done with the sewing, and for this side the two colors clash together. So I'm going to continue with the color of the yarn I was already sewing with. this part doesn't really matter. So I wanted to show you guys that after alternating the colors, you can get a part where there are two colors, but it doesn't matter which yarn you decide to sew with, as long as you sew it well. So onto the shoulder parts, I'm going to be using a 2mm crochet hook. So I'm going to be using my second color. And guys, you can join however way you're comfortable with. So just insert your hook in the edges. Take your time and do that. And so I'm going to be joining with single crochets. Just insert your hook into the crochet work like the way we're doing for the needle. I'm going to be making single crochets so I get to where I marked with my stitch marker, and I'll end over there. So this is self-explanatory. Even though this video is supposed to be beginner friendly, you should know how to be joining stitches by now, so you don't have to go ahead with the way I'm doing mine. Just join yours in the most comfortable way ever, and it still looks good. So that's what that matters. So I'm done. So you just chain one and you cut off your yarn. So I'm done joining the shoulder part, and I didn't measure, so I'm going to measure from the armhole to the shoulder to show how many inches I joined. I joined about 8 inches from here, and then it will be the same thing for this side also, about 8 inches. So this is my middle part. This is for the collar side, which measures about 9 inches. So we're going to be doing the collar side. We're going to be joining from the front side. We're going to make double crochets of 3 double crochets or 3 clusters all the way to the end. So we're not going to be working on the white part. We're just going to be starting on the wine part, which is the third row, 1, 2, 3, and ending on the third row from here to 1, 2, 3. So you're going to grab your crochet hook and make a slip knot, and you attach your yarn and I'm going to be chaining up 15. So I already have one here. Chain up 15 loosely. So I'm going to remove this and then start chaining up very loosely. So I have my 15 chains, yarn over into the second chain from the hook, make 2 double crochets, making it 3 double crochets in total because of the 2 chains we skipped. Chain up 1, skip 2, and into the third chain make 3 double crochets, and skip 2 into the third double crochet, into the third chain make 3 double crochets. So you're going to repeat that. So when you get to the end where you're going to be joining to the rest of the top, you just double crochet only two, and you slip stitch into the, this is one row, so you slip stitch into that row, and you slip stitch into, making sure you enter into the next row. You just watch and observe because I don't know how to explain this. And you turn your work and you make three double crochets into the very first chain one space. Chain up one into the next chain one space. You make three double crochets. So chain up two, turn your work to the next into this very first space. So I ended my row by chaining one in the last double crochet space I skipped. It's just like the same way we've been doing the whole project. And we'll be repeating this 4 times for this color. So when you get to the very last end, just make only two double crochets so that when you're joining, it looks a little seamless. So meaning this will clash with this row like this. So you slip stitch in there, you slip stitch into the next space, slip stitch loosely, turn your work, and you complete this. And then into a very next chain one space, go ahead and repeat this. So I'll be changing the color at the top of this project. So I'll meet you when you get to the end of row 4. Because I'm doing this for just 4 rows. So I'm sure by now you guys already know how we change the colors. So it won't be a problem. So you chain up to and you turn your work. So I'll meet you at the end of this row. So I'm at the end of this row, and like I said, when you get here, just make only two double crochets so that when you're joining with the slip stitch, it's as flat as possible. So I'm going to slip stitch into here. So that's the concept. Like each line is just each color is just joining each line, and then with the loose bit you slip stitch into the next, making it loose. So, or you can slip stitch twice depending. So this way too is fine. Yeah, and you turn your work and you continue. So you repeat that and you change the color. So I'll be doing this for 5 rows, and then I'll do that till I get to the very end. So this part is very tricky, so take your time and then just be joining. I don't know what's best. I think the slip stitch and the single crochet, they are both okay, so you can go ahead and join with either slip stitch or a single crochet. I'm going to try a single crochet to see how it turns out. I think the single crochet is cool. So you can also join with a slip stitch, so it really doesn't matter. So go ahead and repeat this till you get to the end. This was the neck part, so just join carefully so that you get the right outcome. So I'm done with my 5 rows of white color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in my case, I have to join at the end here like this. So I'm going to change my color at the very end. So you slip stitch, and then I'm also doing the sweet slip stitch and then the single crochet, but please don't be confused. This is my first time trying this, so it's a little bit rough. So after I've just changed my colors, I'm just going to go ahead and then make my 5 rows of the wine color. So it's as easy as that. So just be joining and be joining. When you get here, join the same way with your slip stitch or single crochet. I don't know if I stressed this part a lot, but after you make your 2 double crochets at the end, you can place the work on it and you realize it falls on 1 row exactly. So that's the row we are using to mark how far you've gone. So you just slip stitch at the end of that row, meaning the next row is your next double crochet space. So like this. So forgive me, like I said, it's either slip stitch or single crochet. So it's the same thing. So you turn your work and then you continue. So I'm at the end of everything. So I'm back and I'm done, and I wanted to end with the red, start with the red and end with the red, but I didn't get to that way. I ended up ending with the white color, but it turned out good. So this is the way the back looks after joining with your slip stitch or single crochet, and then this is the outer look and how it will look like. So it's not bad. It's not bad. And this is what I have at the end of my work. So this is how it looks like. Pretty nice. So we are going to be starting with the shoulder, and like I said, it's going to be different. We're not going to be joining and be going all the way around because it will look bulky, and then I wanted it to look like the shirt form. So I'm sure I already measured this, but I'm going to measure this again because I think I closed up more spaces. So I think this is about 9 inches. So I'm going to grab my white yarn and then chain up 21. So make a slip knot and chain up 21. So I have 21 chains and I did that loosely. So you yarn over, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and in the third chain you go in there with a double crochet, just like the way we've been doing it. So you go in there with 2 double crochets because the 2 chains you skipped counts as a double crochet. Chain up 1, skip 2, and into the third space you go in there with 3 double crochets. So it's basically the same pattern. So repeat that till you get to the end, and then we'll start increasing. Submit at the end. So I'm here and I'm at the I'm now with my last 3 chains. So into the last chain I'm going to go in there with my 3 double crochets. So after you go in there with your last 3 double crochets, I'm going to be changing my colors just at this point. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets or clusters. So I'm going to grab my second color and attach it like how I've been attaching it. And I'm going to cut off the wire because I'm done with that. Chain up 2, and normally you go into the first chain 1 space, but we are going to be making 2 double crochets right at the very beginning. So I'm going to make 2 double crochets, making it 3 double crochets in total. So chain up 1. So what we are doing is going to be increasing our row. So you chain up 1, and then into the next space you make 3 double crochets, and you repeat that to the end. So go ahead and do that to the end, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'm at the end of this row. Already went ahead to chain 1, and then into the last chain. Normally we go there with 1 double crochet. I'm going to go there with 3 double crochet. So this is 2 and this is 3. So this is what will be increasing the ends of my work. So to begin the next row, I'm going to chain up 2, turn my work, and repeat that. So into this very first double crochet space, I'm going to go in there with 2 more double crochets, and then chain up 1, and then you make your 3 double crochets into your chain 1 spaces all the way to the end. And when you get here, you end with 3 double crochets, chain 1, chain 2, turn your work, and repeat. So I'm going to be repeating this for 5 rows in total for the red, and then I'll change back to my white color. So I'm at the end of this row to show you how to end the row again. So I'm at the end of my row 3, chain up 1, and into the last double crochet space I'm going to go in there with 3 double crochets. So I'm going to do a total of 5 rows for this color, making it 6 rows in total. So go ahead and repeat that. So you're just increasing till I show you where to stop, or show you how to stop. So I'll be increasing for 12 rows. So after doing um, this color for 5 times, I'm going to change and do the white color 5 more times, and then add the red color once. I'll just show you what I mean. So at the end of the project, I'm supposed to divide the work into 2 like this, and then if I attach it, it's fits the armhole exactly, then we'll sew it in. So keep on increasing till you have 12 rows with however way you are interchanging your colors, or just measure it against this part. I'll measure it for you to see so that you can also make yours according to your size. So I'm back and I have my 12 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 rows, and I'm going to chain up 1 and then cut off my yarn. So when I place this, and I stretch it and I place this against this, it fits perfectly. So I'm just going to be sewing this in. So I have my needle and thread that I'm going to use. So this is my thread, and I'm going to get my needle. So this is my thread and my needle, and then this fits. So just make sure you stretch it, and then when you attach it, it fits perfectly. So that's how you can get your armhole size. So I'll be joining it. So you join one end to the corner, which is the armpit side, just exactly here. So I'm going to insert my hook in here and set it in here, and just join. So there are some places I'll remove my red yarn and attach my white yarn. Not too sure yet, so I just join. That's it. I am done sewing. My sewing is not the best, so but I still like how it looks like. And I took my time to sew. Whilst I was sewing, I was stretching only the arm for it to fit perfectly. So this is how it looks like. So now we are going to be continuing our normal rows of the 5 colors. So you grab your yarn again. You still grab your one yarn, and I'm going to make a slip knot before I attach it. There's so many ends for me to weave in. So I'm going to attach it in the armpit hole side where I joined for the body too. So to attach it in the armpit hole side where you attach the body. Chain up 2 and right into the next space over here. I'm seeing a space. I'm going to go there with my 3 double crochets, chain 1, next space, 3 double crochets, and we're back to crocheting around normally. So you're just going to go all the way around with 3 double crochets and chain 1. So this is it. I started at the armpit hole side. So I'm at the end of where I attached my yarn. So I'm back and I'm at the end of where I started my chain 2 space. I've already chained up 1 and I'm just going to join with a slip stitch. Chain up 2 and make my 2 double crochets into that space, making it 3 double crochets, and then you go all the way around. So go ahead and then repeat your process to get to the end, and I'll show you how to end this piece. So I'm back and I'm going to end the row with chain 1 and a slip stitch. Just slip stitch to the chain 2 space. Chain up 2 and repeat the process to the chain 1 space. So I'm going to be doing a total of 5 rows for this color, and I'll change for my white color, and I'll do total of, so this is what I'm going for. So already I am here. So after, I'm going to be making my white color and then 3 rows of this, and then I'll end it. So just go ahead and make your top as long as you want. So when I come back, I will measure it up for you. So go ahead and interchange your colors so you get your desired length. So I'm back and I decided to rejoin this part, what was looking a little bit off, and this is what I have after joining it. So after starting with 1 row of my white, I did 5 rows of this, 5 rows of this, joined on the 12th row, added 4 more, added another 5 row, and ended on this row just with 3 rows of the red color. So I'm going to measure this from the shoulder part. From the shoulder to this measures 10.5 inches, and from the armpit side, this is the armpit side, measures almost 5.5 inches. 5.5 inches. So I did this in a way they usually sew shirts together so that the shirt won't be bulky and extend. So go ahead and do the same thing for the other side and make your sleeves as long or as short as you want it to be. I'm done with my top. I'm almost done because I forgot to add the buttons. So I'll go ahead and join it off camera. So these are the hands and this is how it turned out. And I had to move my working space so that I can show you how it looks like perfectly. So this is it. So I'm going to attach it and then I'll let you know how it looks like. Let me flip the shirt and so that you get to see the back. So this is my back. This is how it turned out, and I really like how it turned out. Apart from the hands that I could have done better, this is my first day trying my hands this way, and then the back looks way better than the front. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to attach the shirt and the buttons and let you know how it turned out. So for the buttons, I'll be attaching it here, just here. So go ahead and attach it how you want yours. So I've marked my buttonholes. I'm using about 5 buttons, and I counted the clusters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in the next space, I put it my stitch marker and I repeat that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in the space I do that all the way to this side, and then there's no button at the end here, so I'm going to attach. So this is what I've done so far. So at the marked side where I marked, I just sew on the cluster by it. So this space that I have marked like this, the space I'm going to sew the button here. So I just grab the button and then insert the button here and sew it here so I can be able to close it up like this. So this, I'm done, and this is the shirt with the button fixed. So I'm totally done with this shirt, and this is how it turned out with the buttons closed. So this is it. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please recommend what I should do next. Thank you.